Yo, welcome back everybody. Today we have gameplay from this season's Lobby Legends Finals. By the time this video goes live, that will be yesterday, was the Lobby Legends Top 16. Two groups of 8 players, best of 3, advanced to the finals, which will be happening 4 hours after this video goes live on Twitch and on YouTube. You can find the Play Hearthstone main page, or any of the registered co-casters are capable of broadcasting the game. So that's what we're doing. It's a co-casted game. We're basically commentating, hanging out with chat, watching the game, enjoying it. For today's game, best of day 1. Tomorrow's YouTube video will be the best of day 2. And without any further ado, here's the best of day 1. All right, enjoy. Do you know these players? Quite a few of them. Or at least I know them by name. A lot of them are repeat Lobby Legends players, and some of them play on Europe or Americas, and I've played on both servers. When are you going to stream your raid? Never. I don't even have a group. We did a pug group. Pug Undying. It was fun. All right. So we have an AFK in a game with no beast and no demons. Interesting. No beast, no demons, no dragon, no murloc. We have what I can't tell is the first hero. That's Greybell. New portrait. We have Arana yet again. 2 games in a row with Arana. AFK Elise. That has to be Ticketus, I'm guessing. Togwaggle, is that Gallywix? New skins are throwing me. And Millhouse. Number 7, Max 7K's character. Anybody know what hero that is? I'm going with Gallywix. Kind of looks Gallywix-esque to me. Plus it's a decent... It's not really that good of a lobby for Gallywix either. Interesting. But yeah, 3 death rattles or multiple minion cards and economy. On the opening 2 boards for XD, you can't get much better here for Greybell. You can follow Jeef Curve with double Micro Mummy Swabby, or you can play Swabby through, buy up another minion, play full Chinese Curve, and just play full death rattles. Either one's perfectly fine. So in Lobby Legends, is there a pattern to what heroes get picked? Do pros prioritize armor for better quests, good heroes? Depends. The one thing that's very, very consistent that happens Lobby Legends to Lobby Legend, like, you know, event to event, is that when you end up in situations where you have running points between rounds, strategies evolve over the course of the tournament. Like, say, for example, you're playing in a best of 3 here. The first round, what you got in terms of score will dictate what kind of heroes you want to play for the second and the third round. If you're really far down, then you need to get top 4. You play more Feast or Famine stuff. If you're more secure, you're in a position where you got like a first and a fourth or whatever, you probably play things that, you know, rarely get a bottom 2 range. And that could be higher armor heroes that play toward quests very efficiently, or it could be like, you know, I need to be really far down and I'm picking Gallywix no matter what because I just need to hit a good 5-star and then I have the ability to just win the lobby off of it. That kind of stuff makes the game interesting. A Deflecto bot and a... Ew. And an ew. There are double resets on the board and a blood gem. So, like, this could be stay down and play the reset with Pashmar. Yeah. Didn't get to say it all the way through. Ooh, I thought he was going to stay down with it because of that. And then just play Chinese Curve. But it looks like he's just going to use it to go straight to 3. Which also, you know, works. Question is, do you want tempo versus economy? And he's going to choose the economy line. Basically level to 3 to get higher quality minions. I like it. Like, AFK staying down always feels so sketchy. Millhouse holding 3 minions, including a Celemental. That is the easiest golden hammer of my life. Now, that being said, Enhance-O-Matic is also nasty here. Take that one, too. Like, I was going to say, like, easiest golden hammer, but Enhance-O is actually so busted. Golden Hammer there was doable in 2 turns. Just think about what that means. You have a 2, maybe 3 turn, 2 to 3 turn Golden Hammer, and the new quest is being chosen over Golden Hammer activatable on turn 6. That's how strong that quest is. See that Golden Hammer go snap pick, that thing is amazing, and then go, wait, shit, there's something that's even better than that. That's crazy. I think it's kind of busted, believe it or not. Because you get 2 passive 2 turns in a row for Golden Hammer. You also have the ability to just cycle minions. Like, that is crazy easy. Battle cries aren't that hard to do as Millhouse either. You talk about the 5/5 buff? Yes. The new quest is the +5/5. Each turn you add a card to your hand that gives +5/5 and a random adapt to a minion. Okay, the card itself gets assigned the random thing in your hand. But it can be, you know, Wind Fury, Divine Shield, Reborn, Taunt. It real good. Like, it's real good. Now, that being said, so is Golden Hammer on turn 6 for Millhouse. Both of those lines are like 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 lines. All right. We've got the new quests. We have one player with Penguinson with +3/3 to 3 minions at the end of the turn. Curse 'em with get 2 random Naga. 2 random Naga also for XD. 2 random Mech on max 7k. Then you have Smoking Gun on Kuroneko. We obviously saw Rogojin get the parts. And Golden Hammer on Shaxi. Shaxi is the Elise with Golden Hammer. Did I miss anybody? Oh, Alter Ego on Vigo. I ignored the boring one.
The odds are in my favor.
Alright, so no battle cries on this board. Not getting quest early. On the other hand, you are given the ability to take a triple here into a 4. He's 2 out of 5, right? Or 3 out of 5. So, like, you're not getting it either way on this triple. Awkward position, regardless. You could pick up the triple, just hold it. Next turn level, take a 5, double sell to buy something from the shop, maybe complete quest. Alternatively, you could just take Harvest Golem, choose to sell stuff next turn. What does quest do? Add a card to your hand, beginning of each turn, that gives +5/5 and an adapt to a unit. That adapt is assigned when the card is added to your hand.
I love catching some waves.
It's a Recycling Wraith. You do love to see it. That's probably the single best card he could have gotten there. Recycling Wraith on Millhouse, always a delight to see. The ability to potentially get value off quests next turn with the free rerolls. Always gonna be, it's gonna be decent. But my hits, bro. Unfortunately loses that round. Nomi incoming. Could be nasty. But yeah, he's probably looking for a line to get up to 5. Alright. So, Gallywix with the 5-star. We all know what's coming here. Brand Nomi Hogger. Swing and a miss. Yep. Disappointment immediately from max 7k. You have a Little Rag, Baron, or I didn't even see what the other one was in time. Option. Goes immediately for the Little Rag because cyclable minions, extra stats. I ignored it because it was terrible, whatever the other option was. Alright. What's the quest here for Tagwaggle's Penguinson? Play 6 Coolbore or Elemental to get 3/3 at the end of the turn. Ew. So, like, he can complete this. The other is Myrmidon. Good. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, it's tempo, right? It's tempo. Nothing to complain about there. You got a lot of stats that you get to put on the board. It ain't the end of the world. Arana getting, was this free Naga each turn? Curse him, yeah. 2 Naga at the end of or the beginning of each turn. Very scary position though for Arana. Like, she's losing this round most of the time. Don't really know, you know, how the combat will shake out here. But usually you're losing this round with this board, and you're already down to close to one-shot level. Pretty good combat for Arana. Trimmed down damage quite a bit. Still above the damage cap. What's going on with XD? He looks so happy about something. Oh, I can't help but root for my buddy. All right. 2 free. Naga gets to take a 6-star this turn. We're believers here. We're believers. So, like, Eliza, Orgo, Athissa, Omega Buster. Oh, too bad. The triple fizzled and we don't get anything at all. That is the worst option. If you're thinking about, like, what are the good options, what's the bad options, getting nothing at all, one of the worst. It's a Faux Reaper. Faux Reaper's not awful here. Like, you do have the attack for it. It's full tempo, but it is not direction quickly. Remember, he's getting 2 free Naga per turn, so like a Athissa or Gazoa makes a lot of sense. Golden Hammer, 40 health. I see a Nomi. I take a Nomi. I remember, nobody plays Nomi at Lobby Legends, right? Nobody plays Nomi. 40 health, Golden Nomi, and it's not playable. There is no Nomi in Lobby Legends. It is throwing to play Nomi in this game. On the other hand, I play for fun. And these guys play to be good at the game. There's a very different, very, very different position here. Wait, and this isn't a Murloc lobby, correct? It's just still not playable. The game is too fast to be able to scale Nomi. He's got to take a ton of risk to play it. It's just not good enough. We play Nomi, they play Tempo. Yep, indeed. Oh shit! Oh shit, the tie! I lied, it's not a tie because he's Greybow. But you know, almost a tie. Yeah, taking 6 here is amazing. Ooh, snap Elise pickup. We're gonna take 2 triples here. Omega Buster, Faux Reaper. Man, he is just like snap picking. I didn't even get to think about the play. Just, I got this shit. Faux Reaper it is. Okay, we're just jumping between scenes. I don't even have a second to digest what's going on right now. Would somebody please slow down the driver real quick? Oh my god, I want to know what's going on.
I hate leg day.
Alright, it's probably Meckrel, but we don't have enough time to actually say anything. It's probably Meckrel. Before they switch scenes again. Alright, we got a Golden Peggy going. Have the ability to take blood gems off of the brute eventually and put it on the Meckrel. Where are the rest of the minions on this board? I feel like he lost some minions somewhere. Turn 8. Trim down to go up to 5. Took the triple into a 6. It's a weak turn, but like you are 36 health as a Greybow. Good hits too. Okay. I mean, you can't hate on this. Taking small damage here. Commentators are also probably goofing around with the camera operator. They're just jumping everywhere. It's so hard to track. It's a lot of Naga value. Myrmidon?
The sea swarms with my soul.
I'd love to be able to see the discovery options, you know? Moving on. Alright, Smoking Gun AFK board. We haven't seen this board like the entire day. Probably because it's... Okay. We'll just move on. It's cool. He's just gonna sit there. 10 gold. It's fine. Whatever. Fort! So, Walking Fort. Charlie Faux Reaper. We don't really know what's on this board. We do know he has Volatile Venom. So like Foe Reaper typically gets a little bit better value. We can see there's some level of a Blood Gem synergy here. But a man after my own heart right now takes the Walking Fort and we'll move on to a different place. Alright. Somebody's got to pass on the message that the Monka Steer style has got to slow down. We Monka Steering all day. Oh my god. What a baller, Shaxi. Hits the 1 and 6 for the Foe Reaper with the Divine Shield and Wind Fury. Somebody gonna get hit hard this turn. Rana's taking basic scaling. Yeah, Myrmidon without having permanent scaling is very awkward, but Myrmidon is really, really, really good at keeping you alive till you get to that point. Like, with that much spellcraft, even if it's temporary value to it, just the sheer amount of time that you live because of it, it probably makes it worthwhile. Those breakpoints. Well, 1 minion 4 for 1 on Cursem's board here. You love to see it. But yeah, even if there aren't permanent stats, too many of them on the Myrmidon. Now, once you get a Thissa, it's a little bit better, for sure. Alright. At 12 health. And there are a lot of Naga boards. Like, a lot. Yeah, a lot of them playing Naga. Now, to be fair, the reason that there are so many Naga boards are 2 of them got the quest 2 free Naga per turn, which kind of pulls you directly into that line. The other one other got Orgazoa Golden immediately. So, like, that one kind of plays that way as well. But it is an atypical position to be in here. You don't typically end up with this kind of stuff. Uther's solid. There's an Uther in the shop too, but you don't really need that. The extra spellcraft. Put a couple stats on the board. This one's just going to kind of play out for the remainder of the stats. Gets a Manted. Fantastic hit. Might debate on whether or not you want to adapt here somehow. We'll find out in combat. Greybow getting a hold of double cleave. No real scaling for this board, so this is entirely a tempo board. But he's in a pretty good position to tempo this out. 27 health if you can win this round. First person dies. Probably 2 turns from now. You're looking at potential top 4 anyway. Like, there's no scale in there, but that's not like... That's not the end of the world. Interesting not playing the Omega Buster. Right, small loss. Only person I see play Naga regularly is Wobbleweezy's and Naga main. Yeah, they're situationally useful. They're just kind of boring, though. I think a lot of people shy away from it because we played so much Naga for so long. That, like... We don't really want to deal with that every game again. Then again, Wobble did take that entire meta off. He didn't even play Naga meta, right? Maybe he's coming back and he's just like, oh, I'm not bored of Naga. I'll play that shit any day of the week. Maybe that explains it. Or maybe it's just he sees the better value in it. Could be, could be. Alright, this is the Stolen Gold All Divine Shield board here for AFK. Kind of hard to tell what's on the board at the moment, but gotta assume that Theatar scaling is hard to do because you don't open up 2 board spots. Athissa and Genie aren't much better though, so like, we're talking about meh. Wait, Wobble, is it in this Lobby Legends? No. No. So like, if you can't open the spot to reliably play Theo things, then how do you play Theo? Or like, how do you play any of those cards? You just take the extra gold unit and the small taunt. I think I still probably would have played Theo, though.
The odds are in my favor.
Any scaling on Deflectos feels worthwhile. Alright, so Volatile Venom board. Basically all Death Rattles. This was the fort. Ticketus is waiting one more turn till the turn 12 spell. Chance at Ice Block next turn. Sitting at 25 health here, cannot die. Great position to be in for the Ticketus. Strong now. Maybe not stronger than this, though. Let's be real. This board's getting out of hand. Turns out new quest, real good. Good hits, though. Like, pretty damn solid hits. Alright, small loss. Not that bad. Turn 11, no one's dead. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it's just the nature of playing for tempo. Tempo boards in general into each other don't deal with much damage. Everybody understands how to damage control, so like when they get into disadvantageous positions, they just pivot towards something that wins 2 rounds. And the greedy people then just in turn delay winning by a slight amount. But yeah, it is a little ridiculous, don't get me wrong. Do you ever think they'll fix the minion shuffle when playing fast? No. I think it's a hardware or I think it's a limitation of the way they have it coded, because it's been in forever. You do love to see the glow scale. Gallywix is gold accelerating. Interesting choices. Gets another triple and another triple. Damn. Looking for mantids. Looking for mantids, bro. Like at this point in the game, at 2 health, what are you taking off of 6? Ew. 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 Remember, we're watching a spectator client that runs at a lower frame rate than the actual gameplay of the player. So what you'll see is that a bunch of things are queued up ahead of time. You also see like the cursor will click over buttons or click over units before you'll actually see them done. So like, it does look like there's absolutely no delay in any action, but it's just the frame rate's running slower, so it's queuing queuing animations. On the other hand, like this one didn't look that bad. Well, you see it with APM Pirates all the time, where it'll go like 30 seconds past the rope ending because the animation speed difference. It's a lot of stats for the Ticketus. Getting a hold of the Omega Buster Kangors combo here. Like, sure, there's still 300 health on this board, and losing the Deflecto is absolutely terrible. But if that Deflecto lives and connects 2 or 3 times, you could get there. Not if you lose the Deflecto immediately. Alright, so Gallywix, Greybell falls first. XD, no! Damn. XD down. Unfortunately. And everybody else, 12 health or below. It's a nail biter. Everybody capable of dying. Candy cane to death. No! The new animations are so toxic. I love it. Toxic animations. Millhouse is just in on tempo. Has not left Tavern 4. Is a Myrmidon scale with Little Rag? A couple things. I think a ball landed on it at one point. Like a big ball. And that's how it got initial stats. And then Little Rag too. But we bounce around so much. From board to board, it's hard to tell sometimes. Yeah, this is like... This is the kind of stuff that you see on ladder. rarely, but you see in Lobby Legends like all the time. That Millhouse board was like, I do not have a way to adequately level to 5 and look for a high roll, so I'm just going to hard commit the cycling things with Golden Peggy and to just build as many stats on the board as possible and try to outlast people. There's a little frustration if you get 7th place and die on turn 13. But it's just tempo boards, right? There's a reason why they're not dealing that much damage to each other. Multiple people doing that kind of stuff in the middle of the game. They're all fairly evenly placed or matched. They're taking like 8 damage a pop, and everybody's just living. Late Leroy, very interesting. Why is the Leroy back at position 4, position 5? Has he seen the Urana before? Just reads, it's a Naga board, so generally speaking, it's going to be small taunts. I'm going to try to play this later to connect with something big. If he's seen him before, maybe he knew that the only way that I have a chance of winning this round is that the Myrmidon gets killed by the Leroy. Those cleaves were really good. Just direct hit twice. Just wipe 3 things off the board. That looked like it's just a weird commit to have Leroy back that far. Just curious what the logic was. Turns out you really didn't need to play it that far back, but once again, bouncing between points of view can leave you with some awkward interactions like that. Well, Volatile Venom getting there. We're going to get a top 4-ish out of Ticketus with Volatile Venom. We're going to get a top 4-ish out of the Gallywix board, right? The AFK dies, Arana dies. Did another one die or not? Waiting for the board update. Did not. Top 5. Elects to not take the triple. Doesn't want to make big Deflecto bot. Instead, looking to increase the total unit count on the board as best as possible. Gets another Deflecto in shop, but it's going to be very hard to make use of that. Maybe they balance the quest by making the Divine Shield rarer to make it less frustrating. Then again, this patch they add Divine Shield Poison Reborn Mantid Leroy's. Yeah, Reborn tends to be the one that breaks the game more than Divine Shield does, in my opinion. But, yeah, there's definitely some balancing they could do with it. Internal offering rates and whatnot. They could also just add a 5th adapt. Like plus 10-10 instead of plus 5-5 and something. To make it a little bit less average value. Like, there are ways of doing it. It will just be awkward no matter what, though. Sample size 1 game? Yeah, sample size 1 game, not representative. We'll have to wait a little longer to make a deduction. Alright, well. It's a lot of stats on the Ticketus board. On the other hand, there is a giant cleave. And we all know what mech boards look like when they get cleaved. You've got the Leroy, which you can connect with the Deflecto immediately, and it kind of just ends the game. Does not. We have 1 reset into 1 reset. 50-50 to obliterate the Deflecto. It also does not. He gets the 2nd reset. Alright, alright. He's still there. Not dead yet. Oh shit. Unfortunately, that will be the end of the Deflecto bot. There's still 111 health on 1 minion on this board. 2 hits to kill there. He just a little bit short. That was almost enough. Almost enough with the Volatile Venom. Definitely an unfavored fight, though, for the Ticketus. Yeah, mechs are tough to make work with Volatile Venom. Top 4 range, yeah. Any further than that, though, it's tough. You can get full, like, you know, full Exodia style stuff, but... Alright, top 3. Millhouse Falls takes a nice little 4.5 on his damage control line. That's Rogojin, after all, who got 2nd in the first round. Identifying early that he wasn't going to be able to stay competitive. I think if you're Millhouse in that game, you're pretty happy. You're like, all right, I needed to damage control that one. Didn't really have a chance. Couldn't find my triples. Got a solid 4.5 after a second in the first round. All I got to do is get like a top 5 next round. I guarantee advancing. Galliwix is, you know, having fun over here. 21 gold still to go. Is this the qualifiers for the finals? I don't recognize anyone here. No, this is the top 16. Like day 1 of the finals. Don't recognize any of these names? Penguin Sun was in the top 8 last Lobby Legends. Max 7K has won a Lobby Legends before. XD is a pretty cool streamer. He's kind of like a nice guy and all. Kuroneko been in 2 finals? Top 8s? But yeah, you're right. Some of them are a little different names. Don't get me wrong. We had this conversation a little bit ago where we have a lot of bias in the Twitch environment toward people that are streamers. There are a lot of top tier players that don't stream the game, right? They're players. They're players. They play the game at a high level. They play a lot of the game too. Skip right past Golden Brand. Now, to be fair, it doesn't really do that much for this turn, but you probably wanted the Golden Brand. He has the Golden Recycling Wraith. He's just running out of time. At this point, he was like, it's the final 2 boards, and he's rolling for things like Leroy or Mantid or whatever. Like, yeah, you can take a couple extra rerolls, but if you don't have enough time to get the turn done, don't take the animation time. It's one of those little optimizations that it hurts to do, you know? You're like, damn, I don't want to miss my free rerolls, but buying every pirate on APM Pirates isn't always right. Or buying every last... or taking every last free reroll. If you're not going to finish the turn, it's better to take the rolls, even if it costs you your gold. And he definitely ran out of time. He didn't find the cards he wanted either. Galliwix in the late game, we all know where this is. This is like the inevitability factor. You tend to get a little bit bigger than people when you can have, you know, 30 to 40 gold a turn instead of 10 gold a turn. Never been here before. Hate Hearthstone. I know none of these names change my mind. Match. Nah, I just like to push back on that one. I don't know any of these names thing because, like, I wouldn't expect to know everybody's name, right? Talking about 4 players from China who are completely isolated from any of us that are on Twitch right now. Then you have players that are of all different nationalities. Some stream, some don't. Some stream in English, and maybe, like, I assume a lot of people that watch this stream prioritize, like, watch English streams. Otherwise, you might just be here to watch the dogs, and I mean, like, today's a disappointing day for that. And then, of course, there's a ton of players that just aren't streamers. These guys aren't XQN and RDU and Dogdog and Bofur. I'm honored to be in the list of RDU, XQN, and Dogdog, but I'm pretty sure I'm the outlier there, bro. Wind Fury Cleave. Interesting choice. Took the Golden Athissa for the scaling for the turn, or the Golden Scaling Unit instead of the Golden Self-Hero. We're just here for the dogs, fair.
We're all just here for dogs.
I mean, I get it. Like, we're waiting for the intermission. The intermission, we have dogs again. Hey, he found his Golden Brand anyway. That's a lot of stats on the board. Like, a lot of stats. On the other hand, the Cleave did value trade. There are Selfless Heroes that are naturally shielding other Selfless Heroes, as is tradition. And that will do it. Alright, it does it for the win, I should say, but does it kill? It does kill. Max 7K takes the W. Intermission, you mean bonus dog time? Exactly. We always have a 3-minute gap in between games, except for the, you know, between lobbies they do a 10-minute gap, which means we have intermission doggy fun time. All right, Max 7K takes the first, Shaxi with the second.